Prime Minister inaugurates family card program. BNP's parliamentary party to sit Wednesday. Long queue at filling stations continue. And Tehran to decide on war's fate, IRGC warns Trump. Those were the headlines. Good evening, viewers. I'm Riti Prova with English Bulletin. The government will implement election pledges in phases. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman made the remark after inaugurating family card program at TNT ground of capital's Bonani on Tuesday. He called upon the countrymen to have patience in coping up with the global situation. The Prime Minister reached the venue at 10:30 a.m. He was flanked by his wife, Dr. Zubaida Rahman. The Prime Minister handed over family cards to 15 head women first. Later, family cards reached to 37,567 families across the country, including 15,000 women of Kakrail, Bhashantek and Shattola slum of the capital. It is learned 4 crore families to get family cards in 5 years. BNP's parliamentary party will sit on Wednesday to settle the issue of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker. The name of Deputy Speaker's name has been sought from the main opposition party. If they do not respond, then the Deputy Speaker will also be from the Treasury bench. BNP sources said they are emphasizing on electing a veteran politician as Speaker who has got a clean image and having parliamentary experience. The new Chief Whip, Nurul Islam Moni, said they have already sought name of Deputy Speaker from the opposition bench. If they do not respond, then Deputy Speaker will be elected from the Treasury bench. Main opposition party in the 13th Parliamentary Jamaat-e-Islami is not at all happy about President Mohammad Shahabuddin's upcoming speech at the inaugural session of the 13th Parliament on Thursday. The leaders of the party said the lawmakers of the party are likely to boycott President's speech. It is the norms that President of the country addresses the inaugural session of the Parliament. However, after July mass uprising, Jamaat-e-Islami and NCP had been avoiding the President. They opposed President's address in the inaugural session of the 13th Parliament. However, ruling BNP backed the President's address, terming him as the highest institution. Jamaat has criticized such stance of the ruling party. Big queues of vehicles were seen at different filling stations of the capital on Tuesday as well due to rumor over shortage of petroleum. People became panicky as some filling stations continued to keep the stations closed, showing excuse of shortage of supply. Meanwhile, government has decided to give 5-litre petrol to ride-sharing bikers, reversing the previous decision of giving 2 litres each. Setting of 10-litre limit for sedan cars and a 25-litre for other vehicles has created great deal of concern among the buyers. They have called for government's interference and monitoring, keeping in mind the Eid ul-Fitr that is now knocking at the door. Bangladesh is now at a risk of facing domestic inflation due to ongoing Iran war. Such situation will have negative impact on the overall growth of the economy. Non-government research organization Center for Policy Dialogue made the observation at a press conference at its office in capital's Dhanmondi on Tuesday. It said immediate past government's ambitious budget has not matched with reality. Revenue deficit in the first 6 months of the current fiscal now stands at Taka 60,000 crore. Implementation of annual development program is lowest in 15 years. Tehran will decide when to end war, not the US. Iran's powerful military force, IRGC, issued the defiant warning as the Middle East conflict continues to intensify. though Trump said the war is very complete and he is considering taking over Strait of Hormuz. IRGC's statement appears to be a sharp response to US President Trump's remarks, where he said the conflict in Iran could end soon. He also issued stern warning to Iran, stating any disruption to oil flow through Strait of Hormuz would result in 20 times harder response from US. Then IRGC declared in a statement the equations and future status of the region are now in the hands of the armed forces. American forces will not end the war. Meanwhile, another school in Iran was hit by US missile. Earlier, 168 children were killed as US-Israeli bombing campaign hit Iranian Shajareh Tayyibeh school. Now a short break. We will be back soon with speculation hover over Netanyahu's death. Bangladesh-Pakistan ODI series trophy unveiled. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. The allegation that a prosecutor of International Crimes Tribunal has sought taka 1 crore from an accused person to make arrangement for his bail will be probed. Chief Prosecutor of the International Crimes Tribunal, Muhammad Aminul Islam, made the remark at a briefing on tribunal premises on Tuesday. He was talking about the allegation of seeking of taka 1 crore as bribe from imprisoned former Awami League lawmaker ABM Fozle Kabir by prosecutor Simon Reza Talukdar for settling his release on bail. Now news around the world. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was possibly killed or wounded in an Iranian missile strike, a report published by the Hebrew website of Tasnim news agency estimates that speculation. Iran's Tasnim news agency said in its report that speculation is growing in Hebrew language sources regarding the possible death or injury of Netanyahu. As well, it mentioned Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir was also injured in the attack. Adding up several indicators fueling that speculation, report said it has been 4 days since Netanyahu's last image or video was posted on his channel. The security perimeter around Netanyahu's home had been tightened, particularly to counter potential suicide drones. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan warned Iran that the violation of Turkey's airspace cannot be excused for any reason, Turkey's Communications Directorate said in a statement. Erdogan held a phone call with his Iranian counterpart Masoud Pezeshkian to discuss recent regional developments, including interception of another missile heading to Turkey. During the call, Ankara does not approve of unlawful interventions against Iran and Iran's targeting of countries in the region. Turkey negatively affected by conflicts in which it is not a party and will continue to take all necessary measures against this. Besides, he expressed deep sorrow over deadly strike on Iran's Minab city school, resulting 168 deaths. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Prime Minister inaugurates family card program. BNP's parliamentary party to sit Wednesday. Long queue at filling stations continue. Tehran to decide on war's fate. IRGC wants Trump. Speculation hover over Netanyahu's death. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with ATN News.